Hey guys, Brian Bradley coming to you from the Egoscue method. You won't be tested on the spelling, as I said this week at Date with Destiny, but I'm here in my office because I'm getting a lot of requests for, which you'll see in later videos this week with some of my teammates who are just, I mean, you have to look at this face for 7 days. You're going to be in more pain throughout the week. So luckily I brought them in. Anyway, the Egoscue method, of course, is based on this alignment that you see here. And I'm getting a lot of requests for what chair to sit in. Should I use an elevated desk up and down? When you get onto your stationary bikes, what should you do? And I think those are really pertinent questions as it relates to why we're meeting like this after the event, because you're going to go back to your lifestyle and you're going to think, I got to move differently, but what do I do? I'm hoping that those exercises are done right. I'm trying to remember everything, but that's why you're here, because we're going to go a little bit deeper over these 7 days. Post Date with Destiny, and I'm so glad you're here. And then by the end of the week, I believe at that point you'll trust what Egoscue's putting out there, and based on that trust, that's the only time that somebody ever wants to get involved at a deeper level in the sense of what we're doing with memberships and how to get into that exclusive group with Egoscue. So let's get moving. So I'm now in a chair that's built by the lowest bidder. It actually creaks and rocks and goes back and forth. It's probably 15 years old. It's not about, like I said before, it's not about the chair itself. It's about the body you take to it. It's not about the bike that you have or don't have or are thinking about getting or going to the gym and riding. It's about the body that you put on that seat. In other words, your pelvis has to be level and balanced in order for your body to sit better, stand better, because I do have an elevated desk here. I can get this thing to hydraulic up and down, and I do that for, you know, changing position or some variety. I have a kneeling chair over here where I'll get into the kneeling chair to give me some variety versus putting my pelvis in the legs forward, hip flexion position. So the key is to create interrupts. The key is to do your menu every day that's specifically designed for you, which I'll talk about as the week goes along. And the cool part about having a bike this close is that you think, well, I can just go from here to the bike and ride. But that's a problem. Because what if your body is misaligned from sitting all day? Like, for example, if I did Zooms all day like this and I constantly loaded up my right hip and nothing on my left, then I jumped onto the bike, I'm actually getting a right side dominant rotation. I'm actually creating shear forces at my lower back. So the back is now doing this at the vertebrae rather than flex extend the way that it's supposed to, like this. You're getting rotational shear forces in there, which now creates and explains why you have degenerative disc, chronic leg pain, sciatica, or my performance on my bike is way down. So for example, if I'm sitting here like this, just all hunched over, can you imagine if I go from there? This is the Carol bike, by the way. So in a sense, I'm in a relationship with Carol. Get it? And I get on this bike and I put myself in the straps. I wouldn't do it barefoot. Of course, I have a pair of shoes that I'd have on, and it seems a lot easier with shoes on. Wow, okay. Get in there. And I'm in this position, but if I'm in this and my body is in a position of flexion, then I'm actually feeding the rounding of my back as I go through the revolution of the bike, no matter what program I'm on. And the cool part about this bike is it's only an 8-minute workout. And when I say 8 minutes, time is one of those things you can never get back. That's why I ended up buying this. And if you guys have questions about it, you can get a hold of me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook under the Brian Bradley. I'll get you hooked up with the company. I know them. They're out of the UK. But it's a hit high intensity and a re-hit high intensity workout that's basically 20 to 40 seconds long within those 8 minutes. And if I'm taking my body in this position to the bike, then I've become this upper body mover versus letting my pelvis create the movement where it should be, because the work that I did outside of the bike set me up for the bike to create the revolution. So you can biohack all day long, but you're wasting your time biohacking when your body is so far out of alignment. So our goal throughout this week is the continuation, where we're talking about the arm circles, the overhead extension, the standing pigeon toed, what it's going to do for you. We're going to be talking about lying on your back or laying on your back, whatever the English is. And my dad actually taught English, thank God. Laying there with your palms up like this, it actually allows your body to use gravity to settle you into the floor. So our goal is to have you live pain-free, like Pete Egoscue's book, Pain-Free, by reestablishing the normal functional movement out of your body. And we're going to do this as the accumulation effect of the Egoscue method. And then we want you to do this forever. We want you to think this is like brushing and flossing your teeth. Yes, you see your dentist every once in a while, but it's your job for the maintenance. So I look forward to bringing you more information. Train for the chair, train for the bike, train for the kneeling chair, train for the standing desk. And you'll see tomorrow, the next day, we have some other stuff done in the office where you can actually implement some of this stuff. And we change this kind of stuff weekly, monthly, yearly, because your body changes as it goes along, especially when you're doing the one-on-one visits with us, which are very important because those exercises are generated specifically for you. Okay, so let's rock on this week. I'm stoked that you had a blast at Date with Destiny, and let's move on.